right, everyone. Welcome back to the finale of Super Summer Star Wars. It's been a good run. This summer was great. How was your guys' summer? And was it super enough for you?
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, a lot of Star Wars happened.
It did.
It was super.
That's great to hear.
Super can mean many different things. Super 8.
Yeah.
Super glue. Super duper.
Super pooper.
Super pooper. Super spy. Super sleuth. Yeah.
Yeah, overall, we had a good summer Star Wars. We played a lot of Star Wars games. We talked a lot about different Star Wars media coming up, like Andor, like Obi-Wan. Yeah, it's been
It's like
good.
someone was like, with Cassie and Andor, it's like they were proposing something, and they were like, we could do this and or this. And they're like, yep, that's it.
That's it, Andor. But we're headed to the unknown regions, and we're going to be playing as the First Order.
That's what I call my butthole.
Wait, are we going to... Well, let's play as the Resistance. Never mind, we're not playing...
The unknown regions.
And here we are. Here we go. We're off. Off to
Here,
the
here.
races. Oh, listen to that beautiful music as we
Unknown regions.
end this beautiful summer. Oh, now it gets ominous. All right, guys. We have a fighter and an interceptor, and then we have some of these crazy ass ships. But we have like doubled up. We have Lando. Wow, we have the old school Millennium Falcon, the Rey and Chewbacca one,
Wow.
and then we have the Han
Is there
Solo
a
Chewbacca.
difference?
Ship battle. Okay.
Yeah, we have.
Why
Yeah,
is there
what-
3 Falcons?
Hold
There's
on.
3
Yeah,
Falcons
we
'cause-
gotta figure this out.
There's radar dishes on one of them that look different than
So, what's the first one? Han and Chewbacca.
Han
Okay.
Chewbacca's. Those like OG,
Yep.
and then we have Lando's.
Round radar dish. And then
Oh,
okay.
yeah, before it got, yeah.
And then we
I
have
got it.
the Rey and Chewbacca where it's like junky.
Yeah.
Super
I
junky.
guess I would be curious just to know, like, capability-wise, what the differences are. I don't give a shit. It'd be kind of cool to choose the Lando one, just because we don't see.
Yeah,
that
I
one
would,
too
if we were doing a Falcon, I want to do the Lando one.
We have Poe and Luke's X-Wings, and we have Yoda's little Actis
Little
class
shitter.
interceptor. And then we have
Lando
a
Falcon.
Tali Lintra.
Nope, Lando Falcon.
Lando Falcon, it is. Here we go.
often. Lando Falcon. Not.
Here we
I mean,
fly.
Lando Falcon once or twice at least.
Oh, I love that sound.
It's strange that there's no music when this is the most cinematic thing you've done in this game. Ah, but you have 0 battle points, so it's not even worth mentioning, really. We're just rolling through topics tonight, boys.
We are. We're talking about a lot of different stuff.
There's just, I mean, I keep segueing. I don't know why my brain does that. I watched. I've seen a few episodes of it before, but I really sat down and started watching through the whole thing of the BBC, 1970 something, series of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, weird.
Yeah,
Really, really fun.
I don't believe you.
Well,
Just kidding.
you don't
I'm
have
kidding.
to.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It makes me sad, not because you don't believe me, but because you don't believe me.
You don't believe in me.
It's just awesome to like have more of that humor. Realize the jokes are
It's very
not like-
British. It's super British.
super British. The jokes aren't like extended beyond what they are. They're just it's just that like the movie and a lot of other stuff cuts down on the length of the jokes.
And the delivery, too. It always helps to get the British perception, or the British
Oh.
delivery going.
Stuff comes across way different, and there's like even the separate sentences of a punchline or a setup are jokes in themselves.
Sure.
like with their inflection or how they say it. Yeah, it's just really fun. I love it.
Try spinning. That's a good trick.
Oh, try fucking your robot. That's a good trick.
Yes, please do.
Did we need to cross that bridge?
Maybe.
Of asking the question of does Lando Calrissian have sex with his robot?
And then the robot turns out to be his ship, so Han Solo's like flying inside of Han Solo's lover.
So Han Solo is flying inside of something that
pushing
he has
her
been
buttons,
inside
bro.
of.
Han Solo's pushing her buttons and saying like, "Come on, baby," and he's like punching her and
Hold
stuff.
together, girl.
He's punching her. He's like being violent with her, you know.
Punch her, Chewie.
Yeah, punch it, Chewie. Yeah.
He does say punch it, but it would be so much weirder if he said punch her.
Punch her, Chewie.
Punch her, Chewie.
Knocks out Leia. Like, what the fuck?
And then I think since they've done that, they've had like that was their way of explaining one random ass line that C-3PO had in the original trilogy that really meant nothing.
True.
Where he said something about like, oh, I've never really interfaced with a navigational computer like this, or yours acts different than others. And I guess that means that we needed to justify that by Lando Calrissian having sexual intercourse with a robot, and then putting that robot into his ship.
Yeah. And then
As you do.
the robot had to like free a bunch of other robots from slavery.
Tale as old as time.
Lando and the navigation computer.
As it may be, then somebody bends unexpectedly.
I'm still here, baby.
I'm still here,
I ain't going nowhere.
thinking about the spaceman and robots.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
here
got
for you,
style,
man.
you know. He's cool.
Yeah, real cool.
He does not have a funny face. So, Diddy is Luke, Donkey is Han.
Oh no, I'm falling down. Oh, I blew up.
Oh, Jesus.
All right.
Why do your characters, even the ships, ragdoll in a weird way when they die?
I'm gonna be Lukey.
Looky.
Oh, I'm fast
Luke.
now.
Lukey Skywalker Chiano, you know? The old gangster who started the organized religion of Jedi. It was a mixed metaphor.
Yeah. I can kind of tell where you're going with that one.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I'm going to Infinity and Beyond. Okay, here's a what, help me go through the mental gymnastics of this.
Okay.
I recently
blew up.
watched through the Orville, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah?
Fantastic show.
I've been meaning to get to it.
Broad show. It's the best Star Trek that there's been since TNG.
Good.
Like,
hey, don't you fucking sneak this DS9 like that.
I am. I love DS9. I love Voyager, but I'm telling you.
Does it have a Super Saiyan battle in it?
God, I keep blowing up. Fuck. Norm Macdonald. That's who's in it.
Norm plays a regular character in the show, which is
That's
already an A+. I'm not going to say that there's not a Super Saiyan battle.
Yeah, because I mean, DS9 had a Super Saiyan battle and it was pretty tight.
One of my coworkers is trying to get me to watch it because it's just on Disney Plus now. So like, I'm actually might give it a shot. I'm not huge into Star Trek, but I liked the.
It's on Disney Plus? I thought it was on Hulu.
No, it's on Disney
both.
Plus. Yeah, it's on both now, but it just dropped on Disney Plus recently,
Nice.
and I really got into Strange New Worlds, that new Star Trek show.
Oh yeah,
and I enjoyed that. And
I've
Is
heard
it
good
the
thing about it.
Animated one, or is that the like Pike
No.
centered
it's
one?
Pike.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean I've heard good
Well-
things.
OG crew.
It's OG crew. It's got the good stories, kind of like isolated stories.
I guess I maybe feel more impacted by the Orville than I might by some other show because I went into it with a really different expectation than what I got out of it.
Yeah,
Right. I heard that
that little fucking Seth MacFarlane, cool.
Well, I heard that what
But then it
happened in
ends
the
up being
show
good.
is that it started out as a hardcore like we're gonna make this funny and jokey, but like as it went on,
Yeah.
people got like invested in the characters and like, you know what? Let's dial back the comedy and let's make it more of like Star Trek.
I don't even think it was that. I think it was just like any other show. They hadn't found their footing yet. They knew that they wanted to be telling us sci-fi stories like Star Trek did, but also incorporating comedy.
Sure.
Because that is definitely like there are moments in Star Trek that can be comedic, but I would not say that a single time has any of it really been written for the purpose overtly of comedy.
Okay, because I remember when it was first being advertised. Maybe it's because Seth MacFarlane was attached to it, but like when it was first being advertised, it seemed like they were advertising it as like a comedic take or like a spoof satire type thing of Star Trek.
Yep. Yeah, that's what my go-to is like. All right, it's Seth MacFarlane. He's goofy.
And that's what I thought too. And I was like, oh, and it's gonna just be random humor, fart jokes, or
well, a lot of people just said like, oh, it's Family Guy, but live action in space. And the first few episodes, the humor isn't the wrong kind of humor or anything like that. It's just like, okay, they're trying to see what works, but very quickly it does settle in and it stops relying on telling actual jokes and it just lets the characters be characters, and that is what's funny. Right.
Like when you for a good example, somebody like maybe Worf, once you get to know who he is because of him being a Klingon and just who he is, him doing certain things like just fucking the fact that he drinks prune juice, that's funny. Because of the character, and that's eventually what the humor ends up coming from in the Orville is just the characters being
organic.
themselves.
Yeah,
but also they do find a really good way to tell stories that maybe deal with some social aspects like gender identity, etc.
Yeah, my coworker was talking about that, where it's like one race is all guys and they make the women turn back to guys, but then they're having like an issue with one of their kids is wanting to be a woman or something like that.
Yeah, like there's a race where it's predominantly like 98% male, but every so often a female is born. But typically when the female is born, there's a surgery that they do to just make it male anyways.
Right.
But one of the characters that's serving on the ship has a child that's a female, and it's something that continues to come up in the show, and not in a like. It's nice that they do it without beating you over the head or being too preachy. They really just observe. They say like, "Hey, here's a few different viewpoints. Maybe one is a little bit more."
And it's different because it's about a culture, not like, looking at like humans as a race. It's like it's looking at this other culture, and this is how they do. Well, like part of their religion or part of their group dynamic. So
yeah,
it's been set in stone for forever since
they're like taking a stance on it, but not in a political way where you're like, oh, that leaves a bad taste in my mouth. It's just instead of being so fucking bland and covering this topic, it actually does make a point without being preachy or anything like that. And there were there's a couple episodes that really moved me to tears because they were so heartfelt with the stories they were telling.
Yeah, didn't they tell one about like one of my coworker also? He was talking about one that was that dealt with suicide in like a really interesting way.
Yeah,
like a robot coming to terms with what it means and like powering down.
Hey, there's a relationship in the Orville between a human character and a robot, and it's wonderful. It's fucking amazing. It has so much poignant stuff to say about people and relationships and people and just life.
Sure.
But yeah, I mean, there's like one episode in particular where like this the ship, they basically a time capsule from like 2015 gets uncovered on Earth, and they are transporting the contents of that time capsule to a research station in deep space. Okay. They're looking at the stuff like, oh, an old iPhone, how weird, and just yada yada. And the episode develops into one of the crew members learning how to unlock the iPhone and they like are like, oh shit, this is a person's entire life. So we could like extrapolate a realistic way of how to see people lived. And he like falls in love with this person, and it could be a very bad and generic Star Trek episode, but they actually tug on your heartstrings.
Sure. I'm going to switch over and be the Empire and play as Darth Vader, TIE Fighter, probably Slave One or Fire Sprite. I don't even know what they call it in this game. But yeah, I'm definitely going to give the Orville its fair shot, because since people have claimed it's like, oh, it's just Family Guy in space, Seth MacFarlane.
I can definitely tell you that it is, if it is anything, it is not a sitcom or Family Guy in space.
That's
but
good.
Like, having finished the most recent season, I want to see more, because I want to see where some of this politics and stuff is going. They've done a good job, and like when this like you said, Broad Show, I just thought it was going to be a stupid spoof. So when I started seeing aliens, I was like, oh, it doesn't matter. I don't have to pay attention to these races or anything like that, because if they need to tell a joke where somebody has 6 faces, they'll just make a random alien that has 6 faces, you know? But then it was like, oh no, they actually put thought into it, and it's not just a throwaway thing.
Speaking of Star Wars and Family Guy in space, did you ever see those fucking Family Guy fucking Star Wars bullshits?
Oh, they're specials? Like they're...
Yeah,
where
Blue
they
Harvest or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, they do their own. Yeah.
Yeah. I never watched. I think I saw a little bit of one of them, but never watched it. That was by the time I was checked out of Family Guy, so...
Yeah, Obi-Wan was the pervert old guy.
Oh, Herbert the pervert?
And then he, like, when he turned his lightsaber on, and, like, it would go flaccid. He was like, oh. That was a good joke.
That's good.
Well, right now I'm in the Slave One. It's got a weird face, upside down face on it. But cool thing about this is that I can go and drop the seismic charge.
Try to follow. They got Tamora.
It did the seismic sound. I don't know if you guys
heard it.
Okay.
It's a cool sound.
One of the best auditory things I've ever, like, that would be a great one to feature in that sound effects thing. It's like, what's this one from? It's like, oh, that's a seismic charge. But yeah, that has such a satisfying sound in the movie when watching it.
I don't, like, yeah, it is a satisfying sound, but I don't remember being struck in the moment of awe with that.
I was like, holy shit, that what the fuck? Like, I couldn't explain.
Holy shit, dude. What the fuck is it? It clicks on Burge anyways.
I'll take the leader.
There's one specific moment from the Orville that I think about all the time because it's so fucking funny. There's the race that are mainly males. They're called the Mocklins, and they're pretty similar with personality wise to Klingons, like how they speak and just their demeanor. And the Mocklin officer and his partner, it's the same. I think it's the time capsule episode. He finds a cigarette. And he's like, "What is this?" And they're explaining it to him, and he just fucking shoves it in his mouth and eats it. And they're like, "No. You like the tip, and you inhale the smoke, and people would enjoy that." And then later on, he like replicates one cigarette, and he's showing it to his partner, and he's like, "Apparently, you light the tip and inhale the smoke." And they start doing it, and they fucking instantly go to the they go to the replicator and make 500 more, and they just start chain smoking.
They get addicted.
Yeah, you find out later that their race is like super susceptible to nicotine addiction.
Oh my god!
But they're just standing there in front of the replicator, sucking down cigarettes, and like one of them turns to each other, and he's like, "The tingles, do you feel it?" And he's like, "I do." That's so fucking funny. But okay, God, I went on a fucking tangent there. The reason I brought up the Orville in the first place, Kermit the Frog, and Star Wars are directly referenced. Like Seth MacFarlane's Captain, he has Kermit the Frog sitting on his desk, and somebody says, "May the Force be with you." Like, what the fuck does that mean that Disney exists in that world?
Right. Means that Disney exists in that world, dude.
Yeah, but then all the people serving on that starship are aware of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Historical documents like Galaxy Quest.
Do you think Star Wars influenced
and in theory, Star Trek, because J.J. Abrams, right?
Oh yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about with like the mental gymnastics. Like, okay, so did J.J. Abrams make at episode 7 and 9? In that world, did J.J. Abrams also make a Star Trek movie? What the fuck is Star Trek in that world?
Yeah.
Are you guys maybe aping? It is cool though. They do get a lot of cameos from Star Trek characters. Like I saw, God, let me fucking list them off. Neelix was in there. They had Deanna Troi. God, who else? I think they might have had a Tom Paris. Bruce Boxleitner.
Yeah, Boxleitner.
They kept them around as cameos, right? Like Janeway, like as a cameo.
Tuvok. Yeah, they would just cameo in an episode as somebody. But you would immediately be like, "Oh, that's awesome!" Bringing him to Star Trek.
Good homage. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good sounding laser. I tell you what.
Yeah, this is fun.
I tell you what.
I'm in the Death Star debris.
The debris.
And there's Endor down there.
Debris.
No, there's Endor down there.
That Debris. There's a bunch of little bear boys down there.
Endor down there, over there.
Endor down there.
Endor down there.
We go down, Endor down there. Shit, dude, you're a fucking
Endor
ape.
down there.
I see you zooming all around. Good kill assist. Thrak Gorshin. Not Zap Gordon.
Pew, pew, pew. It angers me. Do you hear him?
Yeah.
He's just Darth Vader's just flying around being grumpy.
I'm angry now.
Nobody can hear him talking, so he's just talking to himself.
Yeah. Or he's like on the intercoms with the other TIEs, and they're like, "All right."
Yeah, they're just like somehow the two pilots look like out of their cockpits to each other and just shrug, like I don't know.
I guess he's angry.
What the fuck do you do on this? Angry space wizard. I don't know. Oh, that was a cool sound.
Don't make him angry, I guess. I don't know.
I'm angry.
I don't know what to tell you, bud.
He didn't even say, "Don't make me angry." He just said, "This makes me angry."
I'm fucking pissed.
This just makes me angry, though, I guess.
I don't know what to tell you, bud.
I hope he just declares other emotions. I mean, Zaphod's just this guy, you know?
Wilson, have you seen I think you should leave the show on Netflix. I think you should leave.
I have not.
Okay. Some really good sketches on there, and there's one called Corncob TV, right? Corncob TV has yet to have a hit TV show, and
Crime Cops.
this guy is doing an infomercial about Corncob TV. How the only hit show on Corncob TV is called Coffin Flop, where a bunch of dead bodies are falling out of coffins, and it's just a montage of just dead people flopping out of coffins and just rolling down hills or falling into pits and things like that. He's just getting aggravated and pissed that like people are mad that they think it's staged and fake, and he's like, I don't know what to tell you, bud. We're just filming dead people falling out of shit wood and hitting pavement. and it's the hardest I've laughed in a while, and I always watch that clip every now and then because it's the montage. They're all in different scenarios, and like for some reason, some of the dead bodies are naked. It's weird, but lovely. Also very lovely. My ship.
Very lovely.
Again, he's just stating things out loud to himself that nobody can hear.
Did anybody hear that?
My ship has been
I
damaged.
think we heard your ship's damaged, buddy.
I just thought that I should know that.
Yeah. It's damaged pretty bad.
Do you maybe want to return to the hangar, sir?
No,
Oh, I'll fucking do it myself.
I'm too angry.
He's flying in one direction, like not changing his course because he has his arms crossed and he's pouting in the cockpit.
Yeah, fucking hey, man.
I'm not going back until I'm not angry.
Do this shit on myself. Victory! We did it, boys. And then I blew up. Alright, great. Well, this concludes our super Orville summer. I mean, wait, what were we doing? Yeah, we're doing Orville.
Super
Star Trek summer?
Super cardboards?
Cardboards.
Cardboards?
Yep, Super Cardboard Summer. 5th annual Cardboard Summer.
Super Cardboard Plumbers. Return to the Mushroom Kingdom.
Let's a go. Starring Chris Pratt.
I'm a Fargo.
Hope you all enjoyed this awesome summer. And stay tuned for some new games coming up. I have some interesting ideas that we could do, and spooky season is just around the corner. So yeah, stay tuned for all that fun stuff in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed, and leave a comment and let us know what you want to play next. I don't care.
Suggest something.
Suggest
We'll play it.
something.
Maybe